Hey, Ali here with mindwavemeditation.com. I am battling to implement mindfulness while I've got these ducks that are kind of taking my attention away. And we're going to talk about the greatest secret ever exposed ever, part 2. But before we get into it, please like, share and comment on this video because it helps it go out into the YouTube world, it helps inspire others, and it helps you feel like you've done a good day. And that duck, me and him are going to have some words, but until then, comment below how you're doing, let me know, let's connect, like the video, and share with anyone that you think may enjoy this content, and I'll see you on the other side. So if you've not seen The Greatest Secret Ever Exposed Part 1, click here and check that video out. Get yourself a little pad and pen. You'll have to excuse the dappling effect on my face this morning. This is, we're either going to get a bit of that or a bit of this. I went with this one. So in video 1 we looked at all of who you are and what you could be. And in this video I want to extend on that a little bit, and I want you to gather your thoughts and look at that piece of paper that you made in the first video. So if you haven't seen the first video and you're not going to look at the first video, what we discussed basically was if you get a pen and paper and you write your name in the middle and do a word cloud diagram, a brain, can't remember what it's called. Write everything that you can possibly think of that you love, that you've loved, that you think you could do or potentially want to do. And so by now you should have a whole sheet of paper devoted to yourself. In this video I want to extend on that. Now I want you to look at that piece of paper with no judgment, no thoughts, no anxieties, and just soak it all up. And just allow your mind to look at all these different things and breathe in and breathe out, and just ponder where this piece of paper could potentially take you. So what I want you to do now is grab a second sheet of paper, and I want you to put all of these things that you've written down in a list, in an order. I don't want you to think anything further than this exercise. So, you know, you can always redo this exercise, you can do this exercise 4, 5, 6, 7 times. But the first port of call is to get everything on that first sheet of paper in one list. Okay, so we've got our list. What I want you to do now is look at that list and organize it. Put it into a number 1 to 10, 20, 30, no matter how many things you've got. I have a list of about 250 things under the Mindwave umbrella. Lots of things I want to create. Some are small, some are fairly big. So like number 8 could be a book, and you know, just the title of the book. Number 9 might be a mini course, you know. So what this does is it took all of this noise out of my head and it put it onto one piece of paper, and because it's organized into a simple fashion, you can look at it and go, all right, I want to achieve that, but I know I'm realistically not going to achieve number 4 until I've done number 1, 2 and 3. So it's like you are getting a hard drive and you're finally going to your computer and you're looking at your hard drive and you organize everything into these nice little folders, and then you unplug your hard drive, the computer's clear, and you know that on this hard drive, on this small piece of plastic and metal, that you have all of your ideas, your documents, your thoughts, your programs, your files, your videos, photos, all on there. And your computer is now completely free, it's able to run smoothly, and anytime you need to access those folders, files, blah 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 blah, you can just plug in the hard drive and there it is, all organized. Your mind is absolutely no different. You are the computer. And what we don't often get taught or put much attention on is how to organize our thoughts. And it's just simple practices like this that will help you do so. So when I was younger, my mind was completely scattered. I had no direction. I had no one telling me how to do these things, and it was trial and error, and I spent the whole of my 20s just trying to figure out how to figure this stuff out. And that caused a lot of stress, anxiety, lack of self-worth. I didn't know where to start. I was very dyslexic. I was drunk a lot. It was just a very confusing time. It wasn't so much it was a difficult time. We'll get into that later if you're interested, but it was more confusing. I didn't have the answers and I didn't know where to start. And when I started getting into this self-development kind of field and started studying, it became apparent that these simple principles that people have used throughout history, and it really just comes down to organization. This is something, I was completely unaware of. I was the most unorganized person ever. And when I realized it was just a case of these principles, take a piece of paper, organize your thoughts, stick to the piece of paper, and repeat the process, everything kind of just fell into place. And even just a simple process of putting everything down on paper that I wanted to achieve. So, when I was a kid, I liked basketball, drawing, skating. There's always been music. I always knew I could help people in some way through talking about certain things, but I hadn't quite crafted that yet. I knew there was a book in me somewhere. All these different things. You look at this paper and it's just like, well, how the hell am I where do I even start? They've done studies on the dying and their last, what they regret most. And I think the top 1 or 2 is not following their bliss, having regrets. And I'm happy to say I have absolutely no regrets. I've done some things which I probably shouldn't have done, but I have no regrets because it's all a learning curve. And if you learn, it's not wasted time. So with this list, I knew that music for me was always going to be a through line, and I was learning that this teaching and healing aspect was going to be a through line. And he's just finished his list. He's really happy. He's telling his friends. So what I did was I put my 5 priorities in order, and from there my life completely changed, because I realized that number 6, 7, 8, 9 all the way up to 250, believe it or not, was so we're just going to use a bit of mindfulness chat here. I'm trying to do a video for you, and my whole intention is focused here, and I've got these noises coming all around, these ducks and everything, and I like to use these examples because it represents real life. I have to keep on stopping and starting because of this duck just having the time of its life. Now, I wanted to share this with you and leave this part in because I can do this. Get really angry, which nobody knows about apart from me, and I'll edit it out, so it's just pointless. It's emotion that's just gonna be going nowhere but up here and angering me. So what I'm doing right now is I'm tapping into that feeling, which is somewhere around here, and it's like a feeling of frustration because I haven't got long. I've got to get this video done, and I've got to keep starting. I'm losing my train of thought. Now, the point I'm trying to make is if you can pause and be aware of the feeling, when you can feel it in your body before it turns into the that's using awareness to implement mindfulness into your day. And this happens all the time. So I just wanted to leave that in so you can see these behind the scenes kind of elements to this. Because when you master that skill of feeling the frustration and just converting that energy into it is what is, just wait till the duck has finished its duck party. Or I could just carry on and maybe it's... no. I'll have words with it later though. So I've no idea where I was before. So you've got your list and you've organized that list into 10, 20, 30 or more different things. And I want you to look at the top 5. And if you have to rearrange and start again, just keep doing it. I must have done these lists over and over and over again. So don't worry about that. The point is, what you're trying to do is sieve your life down into the bare essentials. And in that top 5, those have got to be the things that you would be willing to do and get rid of the entire rest of the list. So I can't remember the quote, but I think it was Warren Buffett, one of those billionaires, says something like, you know, write down, what did he say? Write down the 5 things that you want to do the first one and get rid of the rest, something like that. But the point is, we're gonna learn. Okay, we've gone for a new angle. This is a battle between light and you know, got it right on my third eye there. So what we're essentially doing is we're kind of putting everything that we think our life is or could be into a sieve, and we're sieving it down to the bare essentials. And what you're left with is a bunch of things that you think you could actually probably do. And these things could be big things or tiny things or a mixture of the two. And what I really want you to do is to look at these top 5 and think, these are the things that you're going to take on for the rest of your life and do them and complete them. And you know, the first thing might take a year, 5 years, 10 years. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's time to learn who you are, what you're capable of, and start doing it. Because life is absolutely too short not to. And you know better than anyone else that 10, 20 years can go past and nothing has changed. So we want to be able to get to a point, and not in a morbid sense, but we want to get to the end of our life and look back. And if someone says, have you got any regrets? To say, no, I did everything on my list, or I at least attempted it. And I feel pretty good about that. So with this list, we're gonna look at it. I'm gonna rearrange it a whole bunch of times, but I want you to look at this list and look at these top 5 things and organize them into the absolute priorities, creme de la creme of priorities. Okay, I might have to change this video title to Mindfulness 101 because I'm battling light changing, ducks ducking, people running around and chatting, and phones dying. And I'm still smiling, so this stuff works. Alright, so to wrap this up, we want to get to the end of our life and not have any regrets. And we want to be able to know that we did everything we could and we were organized just enough to make some things happen. Whether that's to finally learn to bake a cake, to build your own company, or to finally do that thing that you've always wanted to do. Write a book, write a course, start a family, whatever it is, big or small, let's just get it down on that paper, organize it into an order, and in video 3 we're going to learn how to actually implement these things and actually make these things happen. So you can get to bed at night, each night, with a smile on your face, knowing that whatever it is that you've invested your time into, you're doing it, and hopefully it's helping someone else on the other end. But if it's just for you, you're doing it, and that's where you can go to sleep and feel good and proud for yourself. Proud for yourself. You can feel good and proud, and it's these little things when you follow your bliss and you follow what you feel like you are naturally here to do, or you naturally want to do. That is truly when life kind of works in your favor, and starts to kind of almost feel like it's rearranging itself around you, because life becomes effortless. And you know, you've got to put the work in. If you look at any of the best sports people in the world, they threw more basketballs, kicked more footballs than any of their teammates. They failed more than their teammates. That's what separates the losers from the winners, is the ones that go and fail more and more and more. So this fail is not something to be scared of, it's something to embrace. And look, I'm doing these videos, and I never intended to be this guy, doing a YouTube channel, but I felt absolutely compelled to share these simple things. And I don't have the equipment just yet. I've got this phone balancing on a twig, no word of a lie, just to get this stuff done. And I've got to get the microphone and all the stuff, and maybe a studio would help. But I'm starting from scratch, and that's all I need is a tiny bit of nature, a phone with a battery, a backup phone I've realized, and just a commitment to what I'm talking about. And so if you are getting this and you're understanding this and you're excited about this, and that duck is frustrating you as much as it's frustrating me, comment down below. Again, apologize for the dappled effect. I'm literally glowing. I'm just ascending into this morning sunlight. Video 3, we're going to organize this, and we're going to help you actually make this happen. But until then, check out video 1 if you've not already. Get these 2 lists done. These are vital for your success in the future. You are helping your future self by organizing your present self. And this is something your future self is going to immensely thank you for. So if you like this video, please share, please like and comment. Tell me down below what your list is, your top 5, if you need any help organizing it. Yeah, man, I don't know. One day I'll have a studio. I'll put lots of greenery around it so I can pretend I'm still outside. That's my mission right now. So okay, I'll love you and leave you. I'm gonna he's coming towards me. Oh my. What, mate? Just doing my thing.